if you're watching this video, this is part 3 of my beginner's guide to learning astrology. There's 3 parts and you're in the 3rd one. And so we've talked about what are some concepts you need to make sure that you have down. We have talked about resources and tools and books and all that stuff that you should know or read or use or get. And so in this part, in part 3, we're going to be going through the application, the practical application of astrology in our lives and for our families, and how do we use it. 2, we're going to go through astrology communities, how to join communities, build that community of like-minded individuals. And then 3, we're going to talk about if you want to take your astrological learning to the next level. I'm going to talk to you about different certification programs that you might want to join. And I'll stop it there. I might do a video on how to get started, start your astrology business, but we won't go there at this point. So if you do want that content, just comment down below. Okay, let's get started. All right. So, a lot of people use astrology personally. I think all of us come to astrology based off of need or curiosity or understanding. It might be a crisis point. There's a reason why during COVID, astrology blew up, because whenever there's a lack of clarity and everyone just feels lost, people do just end up looking to the stars for answers. I just think on a collective level, that is very interesting. Like, that's so interesting that people do that. And so one of the applications is just simply to know your chart, to understand yourself, to create and, patterns and observations based off of different transits. That's the application of astrology on a high level, right? How does it impact you? And so one of the things I always ask people to do is, again, keep a journal, right? That's why the Honeycomb Almanac is very important, because it allows you to, right next to the transits, the dates and everything, to keep track of the things you're observing, insights, any type of predictions maybe. And you could start to gather that information and do your own research personally. So some of the things that astrology does is it allows you to have self-awareness and personal growth, helps with relationship compatibility and navigating relationship dynamics, helps with career and vocation and guidance. Timing a job move, timing the beginning of a job or, a career or whatever. It's really important. Every new thing that you start has a birth date pretty much. And so the energy of that moment that you've, initiated something and gave birth to something will have, that energy permeating through it, right? Through that experience. So something to consider. And then also decision-making timing, again, like, should I get married on this certain day? Which is the most auspicious day? That's how people sometimes use, astrology. Emotional well-being. Sometimes you are not able to see through the fog, and sometimes having astrology can help you figure out, okay, amidst all of the stuff that's happening, like, is there an end to this? Is there some type of, way that I can at least say, okay, I can hold on for 5 more weeks. It gives you the sense of helps you understand the cyclical nature of life, and that this too shall pass, right? So also understanding family dynamics. Astrology will help you understand that some of these things that have happened to you are not flukes, and that there are larger things at play, and that it's giving you opportunity for you to maybe break, ancestral trauma, break the cycle of things that don't serve you and your family anymore. Also, it can help with health and well-being, I think psychological and spiritual health are very tied into physical health, and knowing how to navigate that is going to be really important and helps. How do you take care of your body? Sometimes we just do not remember. And so sometimes astrology, some certain transits can help you get that perspective that you need to make the right choices and put you back on your right path. Like, oh man, I do need to start walking more. It does that. It does remind you. Also spiritual and personal rituals. You can do a lot of spiritual rituals that line up with the lunar phases and different planetary transits. And you can set your intentions and use it for spiritual connections. And so again, it's really important to explore, practice astrology on yourself and on any willing friends, to always have self-reflection and to experiment with the new skills. Every time you have a new skill, anytime, say, hey, can I apply? Like, can I just work? Like, can I try this technique with you? Honestly, if you can get 2 people in your life that are transparent enough, that are down, that are willing to engage in the process of you kind of asking some deep questions, that is a treasure trove. I remember when I first started, I only had one person I could do that with. One person that was going to be transparent, and also they were self-aware enough to give me information I needed so I could learn. Because some people also are not ready to have these conversations. So make sure that the people that you're testing and doing this with are ready to have conversations about these topics. Because that's key. That's core, I always say the read is only as good as the person who you're reading for's ability to accept that information and their ability to be open. So take that as you will. So let's talk about joining astrology communities. So for me, I love connecting. I'm a Libra rising, and a Libra moon. I batted myself. I am a Libra moon. And something that I really care about is connecting with people and sharing ideas. And so when you have that, especially with something like astrology, and when you get into astrology, that's all, I think for a while, that's all you think about. And you just eat, drink, sleep astrology. You're literally learning a language and you can't speak to anyone with it. That's the thing. Think about that. You're going to start learning a language and you can't practice that language with anyone if you don't have a community. Now, of course, your friends will take a reading from you and your mom will take a reading from you, but that back and forth, that ability to say, oh, this is Quinkunk saying, and they just know, and they're like, got you. That's priceless. Absolutely priceless. Or maybe telling someone, hey, I got this placement, and you've been trying to wrap your brain over what that means, or or even someone seeing your chart and they're like, oh, you said you have this problem, oh, it's because of this. Sometimes you can't see your own chart. That's a fun fact, is you can only go so far on your own chart when you learn. I've found that I actually have a complete blind spot on parts of my chart. And it was my friends who showed me, hey, do you know that this is this? This is a possibility. Oh, yeah, I see that. So, you need people who speak the language so you can have that, the reciprocal, the benefit of the true benefit of what this all is about. It's the added element. So meet people who are like you. So I'm gonna teach you how to do that. So one, there are always online forums and stuff like that. I'm not a fan of that, but the best one you can do is a meetup group. Just organize a local astrology meetup group that's online, and then maybe do quarterly meetups in person. I think it's a great idea. It's low risk. You don't need to know everything. Maybe you just talk about certain topics and certain transits. and then maybe you attend events. It's an opportunity for you guys to come together and say, hey, we're going to go to this event, this conference. You guys, anyone want to come? Oh, there's that's how you do it. You can do study sessions together, all that stuff. So think about that. Another way you can meet friends astro friends is through conferences. Conferences are huge, absolutely huge. You can go out of town. Some of them are in town. Again, workshops and things like that. Like, I have probably met so many people through conferences. Please go. It can be a complete downer when you leave, because you will be in a space where you literally finally can speak that language freely with people, and you're heard and you're understood, and you're like, yes, yes, yes. And you leave and you're like, oh no, I'm still thinking in Spanish, but I can't speak to anyone in Spanish. No one speaks Spanish around here, so it's wonderful. But I'm saying all that because it's so wonderful, because you'll meet people who are just on your same wavelength. And it's a great opportunity for you to network and learn. Usually the conferences have amazing speakers. Just opens your mind to so many different topics, and yeah, do that. I know some people say that you should do the astrology subreddit. I think that's a little bit on the cold side for me. I do need a little bit more like face-to-face. But for some people, that's just perfect. So maybe you need to do that. That's something you can do as well. You can enroll in astrology courses and webinars, and you can meet people that way. You can meet a teacher or something, you have a teacher and you kind of hit it off and stay in touch with them. So that's really important. Also, you can hit up, again, social media platforms, going on retreats. There might be opportunities for collaborating for research projects and things like that. I mean, this is like going deep into things, but there's always opportunities to build relationships within the astrological community. So look into that. And so for my astro friends who want to take their astrological studies to the next level, so we're beyond point of return, we're in it. And you might want more, you're thinking more that you want to be a professional astrologer, or that you want to take this seriously and make this a real core part of your life. Well, you should definitely consider a certification program. Now, there are organizations that have it, and then your favorite neighborhood astrologer is going to have a certification program as well. Okay, most of them do. So the Stephen Forests have it. I know Austin Coppock has one. I don't know if Chris Brennan has one. So, there's certain ones, certain people. I mean, I found my first program through someone who was on YouTube and was an astrologer. Yeah, a YouTube astrologer. So my first program I went through was Astrology with Heather. So that, and I also did Stephen Forrest as well. So things to consider. Definitely look into, again, if you have a favorite astrologer, go to their website and see if they have a certification program. And if they do, sign up, see when they're gonna. I know Michael Bryan has one. I mean, there's so many really popular astrologers that have their own programs. So why not, right? But if you are not interested in that, you can also, or if you don't have a favorite astrologer, or you just don't care, there are different organizations that provide some type of certification. So I'm going to go through them really quickly. The American Foundation of Astrologers offer a comprehensive certification. And so, there's that. ESAR, which is the International Society for Astrological Research, they also offer one. OPA offers a professional. OPA is the organization for professional astrologers. And they offer a professional astrology training program with emphasis on psychological and counseling approaches to astrology. Super clutch. I mean, that's really cool. Also, the School of Evolutionary Astrology, it's actually the Forest Center of Evolutionary Astrology. So And that was founded by Stephen Forrest, and he takes the more karmic, evolutionary approach to astrology. So something to consider. The Faculty is another one. That's UK. Those British astrologers, I don't know, they're not here to play. Like, I am so scared. I just think they're like up here. Like, they are just top tier. I don't know. But anyways, it's super rigorous and internationally recognized diploma program for astrologers. So consider that as an option if you are trying to be that girl. So there's some other programs. International Academy of Astrology. There's the Avalon School of Astrology. Before I forget, I'm doing this right now. I just started it last week. So that's really not good that I forgot this certification program. But NCGR, so it stands for the National Council of Geocosmic Research. And so that is, basically we provide, again, another certification program that's recognized internationally. So something you could consider. Some of the classes require you to understand astronomy and cast charts manually. And so I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, everyone, there's always some type of certification program. I'm just here to tell you that, again, this journey is a long one. And it's not a long one like, oh my God, it's so long. But it's like, if you really are committed to learning and just learning stuff about something that is, or learning things about something that you can just keep learning. There's never an end to it. Like, astrology is for you, Yeah. And so just be patient, be persistent in your learning, and always just stay curious and keep developing your craft. So to summarize everything, it's really important to apply the things that you're learning as you go with your own chart, with other people's charts, and to also learn how to find ways to connect to people who are like-minded as yourself, who love astrology, who speak the language, who can help you out, and you guys can help each other out. And also, if you want to become an astrologer, or you just want to push it and just learn more and put, more effort into learning these concepts, or more advanced concepts, I think you should absolutely consider a certification program. I think it's so important. And so it would help you significantly fill in the gaps of knowledge that I think a lot of people get when they are self-taught. So I hope this video and this series has been helpful to you. Make sure to comment down below, like, where are you at? What are you looking forward to doing? Do you want to be an astrologer? Do you want to just study this stuff forever and help your friends and family and just bless them with your knowledge? What's it giving? So comment down below, like, subscribe, do all that. And thank you so much for hanging in with me on this journey. Okay, you take care. Bye.